With one camera.
Hey guys, Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and
Matthew Victoria, Match Your Mortgage Guy, coming at you.
So how's it going, my man? How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. I'm actually coming to you from the outside office today. I took the inside office and moved it outside, so the background is actually the back of the house. And smoked some ribs, and I found a guy that actually sold cherry wood. So you want to use fruit wood for smoking ribs. And I smoked some baby backs with some cherry wood. Oh my God, dude, they were absolutely amazing.
That sounds good. Definitely was the weekend of the grill. I'm sure I've had a couple burgers and hot dogs, and definitely was outside for a little bit. It was definitely a good opportunity to be around some family. And no, I haven't done that smoking thing. I don't have a smoker, but I know I like smoke. I like that stuff, but I just don't have the expertise in there. I've never had my own smoker, but I've been to parties and people have these big ass grills that set up, and it's an art.
I have one of those.
It's an art for sure.
It actually takes about 45 minutes to get the smoker up to the temperature. So you have to light the charcoal, get that in, then get your wood in. You have to make sure that you also soak your wood, because this way it'll burn slower. And so it smokes better that way.
Are you doing jumping rope underneath your chair or something? Because you keep bouncing.
I told you I'm coming to you from the outside office right now, so I'm sitting out here on the patio, and it's one of those chairs. It's a little motiony there, so I'm trying to stay as still as I can. But it was too nice of a day to stay inside in the office. So that's the beauty about what it is that I do, at least, is I just take the laptop out here. I make my phone calls with the cell phone. I've got a great internet Wi-Fi connection, and I'm ready to go.
And you're outside, you're enjoying the weather, you're able to make your calls like you said, and you can be anywhere. You could be on a beach. I know sometimes the beaches can be a little difficult for Wi-Fi, but you're able to with businesses that you have. You could work from home. It's awesome. You could do anything you want, right? You could be anywhere.
You can, and that's the beauty about being in sales, and at least especially in the real estate industry. All you need is a laptop and a phone nowadays. And you're off and running. And if you don't have Wi-Fi, well, use the hotspot on your phone. That's what it's there for.
It definitely works. I mean, I've been doing some workouts in the garage, and I've been hooking up my laptop so I can see my workout, but I have my hotspot from my phone, and it works out phenomenal because the bricks, I'm sure, cause some issues for catching on my Wi-Fi being outside. But it's it was a good weekend, and now we're back into it, getting after it. What do you have? A lot of opportunities over the weekend? Did you get a lot of calls from agents for some new buyers?
Got a few, a couple of pre-approvals that had to go out. We had dinner out on Friday night with one of my friends who's also a realtor, John DeStefano. We did a video together, and putting together some deals actually at the table. We did a cool little picture post of both of us on our phones at the dinner table, and it's like, you got a realtor and a mortgage guy. Good luck trying to have dinner without a phone.
Hey, in business, you got to make sure you pick up your phone and you reply real quick. That's how you can lose deals today, because they're going to go somewhere else if they don't get some kind of answer. So yeah, I mean, real quick. And I saw that picture. I'm sure Carrie took it and gave it to the post, but it's definitely something that is real. It happens, and it's something you have to do. No matter if you're in sales, you have to make sure you answer the phone. And if you say, "Hey, I'm out to dinner with my family," they'll let you go. They'll understand. But can I call you tomorrow? And I'm sure they'll be fine with it, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because John's married, so his wife and my wife are both sitting there like rolling their eyes a little bit, like, okay. But unfortunately, it's part of what it is that we do. And I had this conversation. I said, John, if you're calling a lender and you need a pre-approval done for somebody that's looking at a house that day, and the lender doesn't get back to you within, say, an hour or so, I said, what do you do? He's like, I go to the next one.
Yep.
And people the same way with realtors, right? If they want to see a house, and if they call you and you don't get back to them, and what do? They go to the next one. and you don't have to answer your phone. And he actually told me he brought on an assistant now, a realtor that's going to be working with him to take over leads. So he's like, this guy doesn't answer my phone all the time when I call. He's like, but he gets back to me within 5 or 10 minutes. That usually means that he's on the phone, or maybe if you're an agent, you have a job, which a lot of people do. Just get back to people. Send them a quick text message back. You know, hey, on a phone call in a meeting, can I get back to you within an hour? At least you put it out there and responded.
I do that if I'm on a phone call. If you call me and I'm on a phone call with someone, I'll text you. And everyone can multitask. Hey man, I'll get right back to you. I'm on a call. You know, it's very simple. But if you don't have that line of communication open, you're going to lose business, and you have to make sure you follow up with people consistently in a time frame that's convenient. You know, it's not 24, 48 hours later. No one's that busy that you can't get back to someone in the same day. It's real quick, or a quick text message. Hey, sorry, the day got out of hand. Let's connect tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I mean, for the insurance business, it's not quite as time sensitive, but still, nonetheless, it's a, you know, it's a professional thing to get back to people. Yep. You know, not only that, but getting back to somebody to say, hey, listen, I saw that you called. I'm out to dinner. And that's what I did. I needed a pre-approval. I wound up doing it when I got home that night. They needed to put an offer, and you know, you get an offer on 4th of July. That says that you're pretty serious about buying a house.
Oh, they say that either on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and probably Easter, maybe Hanukkah, and 4th of July. You know, Labor Day. Those are serious buyers. You know, if you're out there looking for a property, you gotta. Yeah, you might be in your pool, you might be with your family, but take a moment, take the call, and build a relationship with your client. You know, it's Marketing Monday, right? Our topic we came up and we want to share is your sphere of influence. How important is that to you, Matt?
Well, it's extremely important, because that's how you wind up getting some of your business, by people who know what you do, or who know you, or need something done, you know, or just connecting. You know, ABC, always be connecting. And that's important, because you never know where a transaction is going to wind up coming from your sphere of influence. And that's the first place that you go and work, is your sphere, you know. And not only that, but a lot of times maybe somebody doesn't know somebody that's buying or selling a house, but as a realtor, maybe they know people that are investing, you know. And that's a question I think a lot of them don't ask. So John told me that he had somebody that was an investor, and it came to him through somebody else that he knew. The guy was putting in an offer, a $650,000 offer on a house, sight unseen, to buy it. But investors are great for some of these things. Ask people if they know anyone that's either thinking about investing or is an investor.
I think when I have my sphere of influence, some people say SOIs, you know, or centers of influence, I've heard before, or your close circle. I think you have to have an attorney that you recommend. You should have a mortgage person, an insurance person. You should have a home inspector. You should have an accountant, financial advisor, any trade, electrician, plumber, you know, roofer. Those are individuals, and I might be missing a couple, but those are who you can lean on, and everyone in that circle can work a relationship to the max. You know, it's like you're a one-stop shop. You're not just, you know, Matthew Victoria or Sean Zing. You are a whole team of people that now are out. When they hear mortgages or insurance, our names are going to be popping up in their minds. But that's how it works in that circle.
Well, and then you can add people in too. You know, like I have a client that needed to get a refinance done on their. Hey, Ruel, what's going on there, buddy?
Ruel.
I had a client that actually needs to get a refinance done on their vehicle, and I put it out there on Facebook, and one of the people that were tagged in there is actually doing the refinance on the vehicle now.
And you use social media to do that as well. And that's what I've become as far as a connection machine. I had over the weekend, people were working. It's July 4th weekend. Everyone was in the pools or the beach, on a boat, grilling. But I had a bunch of calls for flood insurance, or a homeowner's insurance. And they just, hey, what can you give me a generic quote? And I gave them some quick information. I was that resource for a couple professionals that are over the weekend. And that's just something that you focus on. You want to recommend others so that they recommend you. If you are saying, oh, I don't get any recommendations from you, maybe you haven't given many recommendations out, so they're not coming back to your direction.
Well, it's, you also have to give to receive sometimes. And I had somebody that told me this, and they said that when they give out a deal, they kind of expect one back. Or if they're given a deal, they want to give one back. And, that's the art of reciprocity. Something that a lot of people need to study nowadays, because all they want is just to take, or with no expectation of reciprocating. And that's really how you try to build your sphere, is by thinking of people. Whether you're tagging them in a quote, or saying, hey, this person did a great job. So this way you can introduce them to your sphere, or even just saying to somebody, hey, how can I help you? What kind of people can I introduce you to? And then put a post up saying, hey, I've got X looking to meet this and this. Who do you know? Or do it in a group. So trying to build up some of that sphere, and giving back to some of the people that are in your sphere of influence too.
You said you're also always building. Yes, you have to continue to build. You always have people that you're going to add to, because you don't know where those conversations are going to lead. And then you throw those individuals, those professionals, into a CRM so that you can follow up with them. Have a meeting every once in a while. Do a virtual Zoom call, or you can go on StreamYard up to 10 people and have a quick meetup. Hey guys, what can I help you? How can I help you grow your business more? And maybe they're missing a couple things. Maybe when they're talking, you can, oh, I have somebody that has this. I talk to public adjusters and I'm trying to help them out. I talk to many solar professionals and I'm trying to help them out. These are professionals that are out there that are working with similar people that we're working with. And if it comes up, you have somebody to recommend to help a problem that they have with a solution.
Well, it's a great thing that you point out, is about building, helping people, right? There's no problems, there's just solutions, but helping people with those problems by introducing them to other people that can help them fix those problems or help build their business. A lot of times people that are in our business never actually find out what type of business their client's in. So what if you asked that question to your client and said, hey, what kind of business are you in? Like, we know when people are self-employed. If you're a realtor, I would imagine that you should be asking people, to pre-qualify them in a sense, if they're self-employed or if they're a W-2 employee, because you want to know a little bit of information about what you're looking at, because that if they're self-employed, they need to come to me to look at their taxes, because I would not be showing them a house if they're self-employed without a pre-approval, or actually even just looking at tax returns. But asking them, hey, are you self-employed? Oh, okay, awesome. What kind of business do you own? And then taking it from there. Hey, how can I help you with your business? That's taking it to another level.
You also said something there too, that yes, you were out to dinner with another realtor. You weren't rah-rah the whole time, but you're building a relationship. You are understanding ideas, maybe some tips or tricks or things that might, in his vocabulary, are going to come out, and you're hearing it in that conversation with a dinner. And that now you use that when you're in your everyday, like this week, if things pop in, you're, in a conversation with somebody, and maybe you're talking to someone for a mortgage and it's not going anywhere. And they say, oh, but I know a friend of mine that's looking to list their home. Boom. You're going to be like, hey, I have a buddy that I want to recommend and set you up with a conversation. Can I get your cell phone, or can I have them get in contact with you sometime today? Or is another day that's available? That's how you can help your sphere of influence build their business, because the more that you're helping them build, they're going to help you build. But they also have to know what you do. I have, going back to a public adjuster, some people have a bad taste in their mind with a public adjuster. Oh, they're going to try to rape people, when they're down with their claims. Well, you don't really know. Some people do a great job. Some people don't. But if you have to learn and you understand, oh, they have water damage, there's fire, there's roof damage, things that you learn in conversation, you can help in your everyday conversations with others.
Well, a public adjuster, in my opinion, is very underserved, and their main job is to help you get more. That's what they do. They don't make money if you don't get any extra. Their whole intention is to get you more money to your claim. You know, solar panels, like, you know, somebody like Wayne, their goal is to do solar, and they need that sphere of influence. You know, he's sitting with people all the time that might need things. So look for more of these people to connect with. You know, ask questions like, how can I help your business? Or what type of people are you meeting? What type of people are you finding? What are some of the biggest objections, or what are some of the, you know, the biggest problems that people need help with when you're sitting down with people? Who do you know? Who can you introduce me to? Who can I introduce you to? Just different things like that is what a lot of times people, you know, are overlooking.
100%. And it's all about making those introductions, because I just tag them to make sure that they know that we're talking about them, because they're in our sphere. We want to make sure they know the circle is very tight. You're in our circle of influence. We're going to make sure that everybody's going to start doing business together. If you're an agent, you should also be friends with other agents too. And we've talked about this many times, and we've talked about this on video. You should be very hyper local. You should be strategically in your town, but you also should be partnered with other professionals that you're going to get a referral fee. Oh, but I'm not getting the whole commission. No, you're going to get 25 or 30% or whatever the heck you guys set that up, but you're making money. You're allowing somebody that's an expertise in that town make it happen. And don't just recommend somebody that you're going to just type in, okay, Piscataway, and then somebody pops up and you're going to recommend them. You should know these people, build relationships, because it's going to come back to you.
Well, it's a great, you know, point that you bring out, where a lot of agents don't do that, and they should, because you never know where you're going to wind up having a deal or a transaction. And if you're an agent that is a Central Jersey agent, and you have a buyer or a listing that's down in like Cape May or somewhere down there, you may not want to take that. So if you don't have a good person to get down there, or even just knowing somebody you can ask, you know, and to be able to do that, you can get a 20 or anywhere from 20 to 30% referral fees they have. You can get that. How much more extra money can you make by spending that time that you would spend prospecting to generate more transactions? You know,
that's building recurring income for you. You know, like it's little money here, a little money there, but it's stuff that you don't have to focus on that will actually grow. Now, I guess some people that are watching, if you're watching, #live, if you're watching live, #replay, if you're on the replay, you guys know the deal by now if you have questions for us. But let's have this question, Matt. How do I find my sphere of influence? Do I just go in a phone book? And people don't even use phone books anymore, but we have Google. And I use Google. I use Facebook. I use LinkedIn is huge for building connections. If you're not on Web Talk, go on Web Talk. That's another platform. But use research. Any type of professional that you need in your arsenal, in your toolbox. You know, I like to have as many tools in my toolbox so that I have solutions to problems when they pop up.
Yeah, I like the toolbox analogy, because everything that you learn is always a new tool for the toolbox. You know, if you're going to build a house, you need quite a few tools in that toolbox. It's not just one thing. You're not just going to use a hammer. You know, and it's funny because a lot of times when I'll call up a realtor, they say, "Oh, I have a lender already." Okay, well, is your lender always going to answer the phone? Is your lender, you know, can he do everything and anything? You know, and why would you not want that? Why would you not want a couple of people that you can refer to or call? That's why your sphere of influence and building that is so important. You know, having more than one person to be part of your team, and the whole team is one thing that I love, because in this business, you want to get a transaction done, you need a team to go through the whole process. So that's how do you do it? Hey, listen, I'm looking for, and here's the other cool thing about Facebook. if you're looking to network with a financial planner, which all realtors should be, if you're looking to network with a financial planner, put up a post. Hey, I'm looking for a great financial planner to start working with. Who do you guys recommend? You get like 10 people tagged, and now it's a warm introduction as well. It's not just calling up to solicit them or cold call. Now it's an actual warm introduction. Like, hey, Sean said that he works with you and said that you're awesome. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Just shit like that.
Or I do this every single Sunday for the past probably 2.5 years. I have Connection Sunday. Place your business card, flyer, video about your business, contact information, and you drop it below. Why do I do that? That's how I network. I use social media to network. So I don't want to go to a 7:00 morning BNI Latif networking meeting, because most of them, I find, in my opinion, no one's giving you deals as often as you should be getting. But on social media, you can scale and have a variety of professionals at your fingertips that you can find immediately. And then when you post something, they're looking and they're seeing, oh, I know somebody, and they drop it in there. Or, hey guys, I'm looking for a plumber in Clifton, New Jersey. Does anyone have any recommendations? Isn't that better to find recommendations from people that are using people rather than just a name and a number? I'd rather know and work with people that are friends, family, friends of family. These are ways of building solid relationships in your business, for sure.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And if you're a realtor, you should have in your sphere, in your circle, you should have a contractor. You should have a home inspector, right? Not just one contractor. You should have 2 or 3 contractors, because they're not always going to be available all the time. So like I have a transaction right now that's a 203K. So I have in my circle, I have a contractor that does 203Ks. I have a home inspector that's also a HUD consultant. And the realtor, she commented to me. She said, wow, she's like, you had all these people to get it done. I said, well, that's what we need to do. If we don't have the right people involved, it's not going to get done, if at all. If not, it'll be a lot harder.
And you and I are not, this is the difference. You're not an order taker. You're a consultant. You advise. You'll tell somebody, you shouldn't be buying this house. You can't afford it. And you'll have that conversation, because it's not going to be just throw it against the wall and hope it sticks. You're actually going to pre-approve people. You're not going to pre-qualify. And there's a whole other different, if you're an agent watching and don't know the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval, you need to have all your docs. You need to have all your evidence of that you can actually make this loan work already submitted, and not just a credit score. And yeah, I think you can qualify. You have all your W-2s and your pay stubs and everything at your fingertips, given into someone like Matt, who will make sure it is basically approval based off if the appraisal comes in at the number it's supposed to. And as long as it comes in, and I guess title would be the other thing that has to be clear. If those appraisal and title are all you have to get done, deals can go smoothly. But no one does the work in the beginning, and that's why throwing it against the wall is not gonna work. And that's not how you do business at all the time I've known you.
I have a transaction where the attorney was somebody that was recommended or referred by the person who referred the client. So we didn't have control of about that one. And he's never worked with the attorney before, and the attorney is not really communicating with him that much. So he's like, if I would have had my attorney, he's like, I could have just called them up on the cell phone and taken care of it. That's why you want to keep your sphere of influence, working through that, because you'll get transactions. You'll have people that do the things that need to get done. You can communicate with them, and get these things done quicker and smoother. Because ultimately, if it doesn't go smoothly, everybody sucks. Oh, it was the mortgage guy's fault, or oh, it was the realtor's fault. And you don't want that. You want things that work as smooth as possible. And that's why knowing the people that you deal with is so important. Not the people that are giving in money at your office to have a desk there, or something like that. But they're not going to help you build your business. They're not going to help you generate new business. They're there because they're paying to be there. I'm talking about building your team and your people that you can refer out, who refer to you, and you know who you can trust and know that they'll answer that phone when it is that you're calling them.
And that trust is so key, as Matt explained. Having the trust, you know, knowing people for periods of time, being at their family events, going to dinner with them every once in a while. I know we went through this pandemic, so a lot of people can't do like the face-to-face stuff, but you're actually talking to each other on a consistent basis, and not just like once every couple months. It's every other day. It's a couple times a week, just checking in. Why do you do it? Because you're still buying brain cells. Hey, I'm still here. I still do insurance. I still do mortgages. I still do roofing, whatever you do. It's so that they are top of mind. Will they go somewhere else? Maybe. Sometimes, you know, it happens. There might be opportunities. But if you have a relationship, you know who your go-tos are. And that's what you need to have, especially if you're a real estate agent. Treat this as your business. It's not your job. If you want things to happen, you want leads, you have to have a sphere of influence so that they're out there as a sales force that you don't have to pay, that are actually out there championing your cause so that you have more business in the near future.
Yeah, all of these things are important, and that's why we try to, you know, that's why we're trying to bring these topics out to everybody, because the intention is to help you to generate new and more business. That's what the intention is, and most people don't come with that intention. You know, they want your deal. Like, you know, an insurance agent, a title agent say to you, "Oh, give me a deal. I'll show you how great of a job we do." Yeah, okay, that's nice. You know, but how can we build something together? How can we meet people together? You know, divorce attorneys are great sources of business for people that do what we do. Real estate, estate attorneys, financial planners, CPAs, accountants, those kind of estate attorneys, probate attorneys. Those are all great people that you want to have in your sphere. And if you don't have them, well, maybe we can build it together. Reach out to the people that could help you.
And that's what we do. And that's what we try to do, is try to educate and add value. Adding value is something that we're all, I think, very good at. We're trying to be very consistent. That's why we do mostly Marketing Mondays. But it's something that we know that if we can give you value, we're helping you grow. You're going to help us by using, for me, insurance, from homeowners to auto to flood. I also do small business, general liability, workers' comp, commercial auto, and life insurance. These are the areas that I focus on. If you need help with anything as far as video mentoring or helping you build your personal brand, which actually will help you create your own leads, I'm here to be your accountability coach as well. And Matt?
Same thing. If you guys need help, leads, we've got tons of them. Meeting new people, having new ideas, coaching, mentoring, accountability is another big thing, because I talk to people all the time and I said, "So how was your week?" It didn't go the way that I wanted to. Why not? Because I didn't do the things I needed to. So you kind of got to crack the whip a little bit. And, you know, there's not a lot of people out there who can do it. So for me, I enjoy helping people build their businesses. So if you guys need loans done, we can do loans in any state in the country. We're pretty good at what we do. We do full pre-approvals. We work on the weekends. I've got 4 loan officers now underneath us. So we've got plenty of people. They speak Spanish, French, and Indian as well.
And we appreciate everyone tuning in. Don't forget to hit the share button, join our group, and also reach out if you need anything as far as any questions you might have for myself or for Matt. So we hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and we appreciate you tuning in to us.
Go kill it.